Hello, people. What is going on? It is Wednesday afternoon. Goodwood's been a disaster for me, and it's also been a disaster for the usual suspects. Hasn't been good, but West Ham front. Who told you? I'm gonna gloat now, yeah, and I'm gonna start calling out some waste men out there, people who blag this sort of game for a living, and I do it for a fucking living, and that is West Ham Central. Complete fucking wanker, mate. Tried to mug me off yesterday. Mugged me off. But who's laughing now, you waste man, ginger fucking twat? Me. I'm laughing because I'm getting paid, bruv. I'm getting paid for this shit. Crysencio, Summerville. Yeah. I said it on the space the other day. I said the money is down, yeah, and money's starting to shift towards him being backed into coming to West Ham. He was 8 to 11, and West Ham were in talks. West Ham were in talks with him for a little while, yeah. Kept on the down low a little bit, but one thing I will always teach anyone on this channel, yeah, when it comes to having a punt and all that, always follow the money, because the money never lies. Never lies, man, never lies. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's an excellent signing. Yeah, that's one signing that I am happy about. I'm not a miserable bastard, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm actually really happy about it. And I do feel that this is a signing that is going to do us fucking wonderful, mate. Honestly, left-sided. He's a great attacker. He's one of the championship top players last year, if not the top player. Mate, I am so happy on this one. Really am. Füllkrug, I'm not on the vibe. I really am not. But on this one, I'm very much on the vibe. Now, you are definitely talking the fat boys language. That's what I'm going to say to you on that. Like, come on, Somerville. Come to the East End, baby. Come to the East End. Chuck your comments in the comment section below. Wan-Bissaka looks close also. And if West Ham could go Wan-Bissaka, Somerville and Füllkrug, then you know what? It is what it is. I'm not on the Füllkrug vibe. I'm going to be straight. I'm going to be honest and real to everyone. Yeah, because I just feel that it's such a turning thing. Like, it's gone from one thing to another. But it does make a bit of sense now when I said it the other day on a space. Anyone who follows me on Twitter, get on my fucking spaces. Because I don't talk bollocks, and nor do none of the boys. Do you know what I'm saying? I always say it how it is. And one thing with me is I will never lie to you. Not once, right? I want you to get paid like I get paid, yeah? And at the end of the day, I was saying it the other day. I was saying the money's there. I think West Ham are going to pull out of the Duran situation and then turn their attentions to Somerville. And if it does end up happening, it's a really good signing. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that is a signing that I will be buzzing about. I'll be jumping off these walls in here. Do you know what I mean? I'll be walking down that road. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be loving life. Absolute loving life, mate. That road will be the long walk home, and I'll be loving it. Trust me. Get your comments in the comment section below, and I will read them out. This is only going to be a short video, but just to round it off, to all them haters out there last night giving it to me, yeah, never doubt the fat man. Never. Never doubt it. See, look, celebrations. Fucking celebrations. Never doubt the fat man. That's what I say on that. Do you know what I'm saying? Do that again. Fuck me. Celebration time. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Usual suspect. I've had a nightmare at Goodwood at all, mate. Not going to lie. It's a fucking nightmare. But, you know, it is what it is. This club gives me a migraine. I agree on that. Do you know what I'm saying? I told you. I told you we're going to get him. Listen, honestly, mate. I see it the other day, spoke to a few people in sort of the betting community, like I did with Lopetegui. I said about Lopetegui for months, and everyone got a bit twisted with like Almerin, Slot, fucking you name it, all these superstars. I was the only one who was really saying about Lopetegui, yeah? Spoke to him again the other day. I said, what do you reckon on Somerville? I said, I'm seeing little things happening, like little talks, and they said money's down on him, mate. Like, money's there. Like, there was only about... I can't remember what it was, but they said I think it's about 8.5 grand. I think went down on him in one hit, and that's quite a big bet for someone who's 8 to 11 shot, so to speak. And yeah, listen, I thought, you know what, it ain't a bad little punt. Let's try and get on this one, and I just about got on it. So yeah, I'm quite happy. Make sure you don't let me down, Sullivan. I swear to God, if you go in there and go, oh, we ain't going to pay that, But I will literally go down to Fade and Boyce and stick one straight on his nose. You know what I mean? Completely. Uh, they they can't all be at home runs. It's over a window. It should be judged, and we shall see. Somerville is a top signing, so hopefully there will be more to come. Listen, he is a top signing. He's a good player. I won't be against loaning Leeds Orford for the season too. Shout. That's a good shout. But I'm going to get back to that. Somerville is a top signer, so hopefully we'll get more to come. Hope so, mate. Hope so. Listen, I've been sitting there and it's been driving me mad, right? Trying to suss out this West Ham sort of plan, right? But I'm not like anyone else. I don't look at the individual. I look at what's going on after that and what's going to be the next one after that. I don't. Now look, when I look at Somerville, that tells me we can't get the centre forward that we want in Duran. They ain't going to budge. West Ham ain't going to match it. So West Ham have basically walked away from the Duran situation for good, really, now, because there's no way we're going to get Duran, Füllkrug, and Somerville. Yeah, and I just knew, mate, the other day. I just knew, and I was like, Joey, just like anyone who's a punter who like goes and has bets and all that, you get little moments where you think, you know what, this could be something. This could be something, and it's advanced talks, so it's a good sign. I don't think personal terms are going to be a problem. I really don't. It's all down to Mr. Sullivan there. Do not fuck me up on this one. I mean it, because I will go down to Faden Boys. No disrespect on that. No one wants to listen and engage unless it's a tribal subject, James. Being the one right in the end is usually has to be enough. Yeah. Yeah, listen, mate. At the end of the day, all I do is my best. Yeah. And as I've always said on here, on spaces, wherever I go, all I do is tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit there and bullshit you. I've got no gain from it. But I've got no reason to bullshit the public. Well, like, what am I going to do it for? Do you know what I mean? I've got no reason to. And you know what? It is what it is. James, you're either going to lose all my Barnet or go grey. This transfer window is like an episode of EastEnders. It is. Don't get me wrong. But I need to see something. Like, I haven't. The three signs that we've got currently, Kilman's a good signing, but is it a wow factor? Is it, bosh, yes, here we go, now we're cooking? No, not really. Somerville is. Somerville's 22. He's a dynamic winger, left-sided. He can score goals, make goals. He's fast. You've got Somerville, Kudus, Bowen, and then you've got a centre forward in Antonio or whatever. And I will get to the comment about Paqueta. Like, it's starting to take shape now. Do you know what I'm saying? I think what I personally think is West Ham had a moment where they had to make a decision. Yeah. And I always said, if the striker front doesn't happen, I can see West Ham going with wingers. Yeah. And I said it the other day. I literally said it on a space and I was like saying to people, and they was like, I don't know about that. But one thing with me is, one, I look beyond everything else. I look from what's going on around it rather than what's in front of me. And the second thing is the money just doesn't lie, mate. Like when the money starts getting whacked on stuff, you have to start wondering why it's getting whacked on stuff. And there you go. If we can't get a good striker, we should go back in for sale, play him on the wing and keep Bowen up front. I think the Bowen up front thing, I said it the other day. Bowen up front, you got Somerville on the left, Kudus on the right, and you got Paqueta as a 10. And then basically, you've got everything covered. Do you know what I'm saying? Fabrizio Romano have just confirmed personal terms are agreed. Trust the fat man, ladies and gentlemen. Trust this fat cunt. Trust me, because I will fucking earn you some dough. Trust me on that. Do you know what I'm saying? How much is Somerville going to cost? I don't know, mate. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I think West Ham must have met in the middle. I wouldn't surprise me if it's about 30 mil. 30 mil, maybe 28 mil, something along that lines. I think West Ham wanted to pay 20. They wanted 35. So it's probably, you say 27.5 million. I think they might have met in the middle somewhere along the line. So yeah. James to James. If they sort the centre midfield out, we'd probably be okay at centre back. I don't know about that, James. I think, yeah. I think unless we get rid of Aguerd, that's the only thing. Like, it is a concern with our defence, considering we've made one defensive change. But you get Wan-Bissaka in, That's a good signing. And obviously, the German sensation that everyone raves about because he's very, very good on FIFA and Championship Manager. We'll get him and all. You know what I mean? There you go. Blue, 30 million is great price for someone who's going to be a long-term option for us. At last, someone who agrees exactly what I've been saying for the last 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever. Right? Exactly. Right? You pay that money, that is a long-term investment. That's someone who's going to go up, not down in value. And he's very, very good. Like I watched quite a bit of Leeds last year towards the back end of the window of the season, sorry. And for me, he's just everything that you need, mate. Like he's everything that we need. We need someone who's a ball carrier. That's the first thing. Someone who can pick the ball up from deep and run with it, carry the ball. He can buy fouls. He can score goals. He's a player that's 22 years old. He's going to develop even better than what he is now. And listen, we done this last time, yeah, with Bowen. We took him from a sort of Yorkshire side in Hull, and you know, it ends up being that sort of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Only took us since Lingard. Yeah, I know, mate. But we won't talk about that on here. We won't talk about it on here. How are you, James? All excited for this new season? Listen, I'll be happy when I start seeing some bodies through the door, mate. You know what I'm saying? For me, I want to see some fucking firepower at this club, and I don't want to see mid-table. I want to see top 10. I want to see West Ham going for Europe like everyone else should be. Do you know what I mean? Because if people are going to start moaning about fucking transitional season, fuck this transitional season. I want this season, and I know we can do it. This is the thing. When I look at us, I know in my heart of hearts that West Ham can finish in the top 10. Yeah, I believe in my heart of hearts. Now, me saying about top 10, I will have a look in a minute because the other day West Ham were 11 to 10. Yeah, to finish in the top 10. If they're still 11 to 10 after we get these signings done, yeah, I'm all over that. All over it. I believe West Ham finish top 10. Right, I really do. And I think there's always a signing that comes up with West Ham late in the day where West Ham might just go in and nick someone at the death. Yeah. If we go and get Summerville, Wan-Bissaka, and if we get this striker in, this German striker who's either first choice or second choice, yeah, I think we'd be all right because we have got options up front. That's one thing I will say. When you look at West Ham, we have got options, right? If it ain't working out, you just go, you get Bowen up front. Do you know what I mean? For me, I think Bowen would be all right up front, but I can understand it. But for once in our lives, we've got options. We've got players there who can do the job. So it's good news. Plymouth has that young striker. Yeah, decent player, mate. Central blocked me months ago. Yeah, listen, mate, he's a waste man. You know what I mean? He started coming at me. Started coming at me, mate. Fucking at me. I was like, bruv, you're a fucking virgin, mate. Your bird cheated on you and you're fucking ginger. Yeah. And you fucking literally earn your fucking coin on social media. Don't ever come at the fat man, mate. Honestly. Ever. Do you know what I mean? Because I will always be fucking on top in the end. 100%. What I mean is, I just think the defence is so much pressure this last season because the midfield wasn't good enough. Maybe, but I don't think Lopetegui's happy with the defence, man. If I'm being straight, like the 3 games, I don't think he's looking at it and thinking, yes, this defence can get me out of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see, but I think once we sort out that right back situation, could the final piece of the jigsaw be that centre half? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be honest, the front 4 looks quite decent. Yeah, if you go Somerville, Paqueta, Kudus, and Bowen, just for now, yeah, that's a frightening front 4. That front 4 does damage big time. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you've got Paqueta pulling the strings, and not only that, have you got a Lucas Paqueta who can also be on it? Do you know what I'm saying? Then I'm all for it. So you know. Hi, James. And keep Antonio's about. Maybe, man. Maybe. Whatever happens, we're going to have. Well, what I've always said is we need pace on the break. We haven't really got a lot of pace merchants in our side. Yeah. And you're relying a lot on Kudus and Bowen to get us up the pitch when we really need them to be sort of making runs and pulling defenders all over the gaff. For me, yeah, we're starting to get pace up top now. Do you know what I mean? And Somerville is that guy, mate. Trust me. Anyone who hasn't really watched him, I suggest go and watch a few things of him, a few games where he's played in. He makes the right runs. he does get frustrated, but him going to another club where he's going to work with better players, and he's only 22. He's 22 years old, man. Do you know what I mean? I remember a few years ago when he played Liverpool at Anfield, and it was Leeds, and Leeds won 2-1, and they killed off Liverpool sort of home sort of invincibility. Yeah, they hadn't lost a game at home for God knows how long. He goes there and he tears it up, absolutely tears it up. And you know, it was a good moment. I'll say that. Füllkrug is a good player. He's good at bringing others into play, and with Kudus, Bowen, and some of them behind him, we could score a lot of goals. That's all we care about is goals, mate. Goals win your prizes, ladies and gentlemen. West Ham, please close Summerville deal. I'm begging at this point. Alex, it's gonna happen, mate. It's gonna happen. I will hold it if it doesn't. Like, the only way this doesn't happen is if our owner, he who shall not be named, goes in there and starts acting like a twat. Yeah. If we get this done, yeah, then I'll be over the moon for two reasons. Do you know what I'm saying? West Ham and financial. I want the Austrian centre back from Lens. Yeah, he's all right. Give Tim the keys to Stratford. Listen, Tay, what did I say to you, mate? Right? What did I say? Right? I want you on here now, Tay. I fucking told you, 100%. I said it will happen. I said if the Duran deal falls apart, because West Ham won't pay the money that Villa want and won't go to what Villa are asking for, West Ham go all out for Somerville. Yeah? And fucking hell, mate. This fat man was right. I love it when I'm right. I'm a gloating bastard. But, it is interesting to see what happens. Ray, I hope you're well, mate. It's going to be a late show again. I thought we were going to get business done early. Same old hammers. Better to be late than never. Right, I'm going to say that. Do you know what I'm saying? I've done a space earlier on, and I turned around and I said, I need to see a plan at West Ham. I need to see the plan of what's going on. At the minute, I'm seeing a lot of names, a lot of links, a lot of bids, but nothing's really concrete. Nothing's gone in there. I think West Ham have been working on Somerville for a while. Yeah, because when I looked at the odds the other week, the odds started to sort of shift a little bit. At one stage, I think it was 2-1 to go to West Ham, and then it sort of shifted over about a week. If I remember rightly, it went from 2-1. It started dropping every single time. And listen, some people who are proper in the nose, yeah, they go and lump on, mate, but they know it's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? They really do. So, and that's when you start seeing the price start to shift. And one thing I will say is it's never failed me. It's never failed me. It never failed me with Lopetegui last season, and it hasn't failed me on this one either. I think West Ham get this one done. I'm pretty solid on this one. I'll be fucking stunned if they don't get this one done. If West Ham don't get this one done, then it has to be someone else's influence on doing that. It has to be, right? Because from what I've been hearing from like traders and things like that, who I spoke to on the phone, and they've told me that like there's bets there, and the prices are starting to sort of like fluctuate every single time because of that. For me, it just tells me all I need to know. Do you know what I'm saying? So, a mate from Leeds told me we have been talking for Somerville for a while. Talked to Leeds for Somerville, and it was kept out of the media until last week. I agree. But the price started to change on that, Terry. And the thing is, one thing with me, I don't know about betting markets, and when I start seeing, as the candle falls over, right, as the price starts to change, then you start seeing stuff happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Could Somerville become like a Ben Rama? Nah, never. Not a chance, mate. Not a chance. Benny done his time at West Ham, but West Ham are going to a new level now, and we need someone like Somerville. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He's going to have pressure on him. Yeah, because everyone's going to compare him to Ben Rama. Yeah, he's not a Ben Rama type player, mate. He's a better finisher than Ben Rama. He's got this swagger about him, Somerville, that we want at West Ham. Do you know what I'm saying? He's young. I think he's going to work well with Kudus and Bowen. And listen, is he going to start every single game? I don't think so. But is he going to be an impact in every single game? I think he could be. I really do. I'm so on this one, man. I really am. Duran and Somerville, and we won't need a defence. We'll be winning 10-4. I agree with you, John. Trust me. If you want entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it will be. Trust me. West Ham 10, Spurs 4. So there you go. Mike Theory, hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Summerville, Kudus, Bowen sounds out of this world. Listen, I appreciate the £2, mate. It goes a long way. Keeps this channel ticking over. I agree. But I think the front four would be excellent. I think the next thing that we need to look at as supporters is the system. What system Lopetegui is going to play? Is he going to play a 4-3-3? Is he going to go 4-2-3-1? Who knows? Who knows? But if he goes 4-2-3-1 and you've got Somerville, Kudus, Bowen, and Paqueta, that is a fucking phenomenal front four. Like, I'm going to be honest, that's pace on either flank. That's Emerson overlapping Somerville. That's Wan-Bissaka over on that side with Kudus. That's a top eight. That's a top eight fucking like centre forwards. That really is, and that's a vibe straight away there. I think the midfield, no midfield, no defence, pure vibes. Trust me, mate. The fans wanted fucking entertaining, so you're gonna get it. Do you know what I'm saying? James, that's a mad front four. It is. It is. Listen, I'm on this one. And I have been for a long time. And this is why the Füllkrug one was like, I was like, really? Like, really? And it ain't me being negative on him. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say it with chest, right? It's not me being negative about the player, because the player's a good player. But it's the plan, right? What is the plan there? Because obviously Antonio comes into the equation. But one thing I will say, for once in my life, that I haven't said for a fucking long time, is West Ham United will have options from the bench, because there will be bench options now. Do you know what I'm saying? If Antonio's coming off the bench with 20 minutes to go and we need a powerhouse unit going through the middle, he's your guy. If Füllkrug's on the bench and he comes on for 20 minutes, he's your guy. We've got pace on either flank. We have got a world class number 10 in Paqueta. Yeah, I think the only missing pieces now is a centre half to partner Kilman and a central midfielder. I think if we can get them two more signings in, I think we're cooking. Yeah. And I think top 10 is definitely on the cards. And I will be having a lump job on that big time. Yeah. Because I will not expect West Ham to be finishing mid table with that side. Not with Paqueta, Somerville, Bowen, Füllkrug, Wan-Bissaka, a centre half, and a central midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? We will see. I like Somerville. Good move. Brozovic, will you get back on Twitter? We miss you. Do you know what I mean? Insurance. Yeah. Well, you know. Look at the players. I see a 3-4-3. Yeah, possibly. But then who's your wing backs there then? Do you know what I'm saying? And where do you fit sort of that front four? It's going to be interesting to see what happens on that. Moyes is on Simon Jordan's podcast tomorrow. Everyone should be interested. Yeah, it should be, mate. James or Paqueta? And Paqueta any day of the week, trust me. Chuck your questions in. Anything you want to ask, I will go for another 7 minutes. Yeah, let me know what you think. But I'm absolutely buzzing, man. I'm not even going to lie, right? I had loads of people last night coming at me with all that spill, yeah, because they play a bit of FIFA or a bit of fucking Championship Manager, and because this geezer's a good signing on there, they think you're going to be a good signing somewhere else in Füllkrug. Now, for me, like, I just want to see this new West Ham, and Somerville is one of them players that is going to be the new West Ham. West Ham don't usually go out and do this sort of thing, and yeah, I'm over the moon with Somerville. I can't stress enough. Yeah, I think you could tell by my expression and the way how I'm acting. I will put this in here if anyone wants to come on and have their say before I wrap up. But yeah, I'm very good, mate. Barry, hope you're well, mate. Hi, James. Hope you're all good, bro. I am all right, man. I'm all right. Goodwood was shit today. I've had a shit day at Goodwood. Wasn't so good today, but I did cop something at the end, which was a result. But when you hear Somerville at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on this fine Wednesday sunshine, you got to take it, ain't you, mate? What are the odds for Souček starting against Villa? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what midfield he's going with at the minute. I really don't. I agree, James. That Füllkrug isn't the long-term fix, but if we can get back into Europe this year, then better players come in the next year. I understand it from that argument, and this is what I said the other day, right? Just to be short with it. I turned around and said, if you ain't going for Duran and you can't get Duran, then you've got to go all out for Summerville. You have to. Like, just go and get the geezer, yeah? Um, I think it depends on the fee with Füllkrug. I'm not going to lie. I think the fee has to be right, but I'm liking it. I'll be honest. I think Somerville's a good signing. Wan-Bissaka, if we can get him over the line, because I think that's a bargain. Yeah, I think we're getting. I think we can get a really good player there for cheap, right? I think when I look at Wan-Bissaka, I think his time at Manchester United has been sort of tarnished because of the way Manchester United have been. I don't think he's a 10 to 15 million pounds signing, so to speak. So if West Ham can get him nailed down, then that's a very, very good signing for cheap. Do you know what I'm saying? While Costa sorts out his camera, I will read out some of these. I like Somerville, but that squeaky voice, he could never be a captain. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? It'd be interesting to see. We don't even know who the captain is. Reece Nelson next for 5-10 mil as a squad player. I think he's going Leicester, mate, if I'm being honest. I really do. We have to click this year, or we get 2 years of Lopetegui spinning his wheel and continue a rebuild, or have a bigger one on our hands with another new manager. I think that the first 2 months of the season will decide where West Ham are going. Yeah, and in my honest opinion, I'm going to say it with chest. I feel that we have to kick into gear fast. Yeah, at the start, because I think if we don't and we're bitty, then it could be an up and down season where it could be silly score lines and loads of goals, and we end up finishing mid. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's get this man in. Costa, how are you doing, my
How we
friend?
doing, mate? I'm doing
Good.
much better than when I was on the space a couple hours ago, and I was upset about Füllkrug and how he's completely different. This brightens me up right away. It's much better type of player that I would like us to see linked to. Young, quick. Um, I mean, he's probably Bowen on the left, right? It's
Yeah.
because it's a championship player. He's a winger. Might take a season to really gel and bed in, but it's exactly what we need right now. And I'm still hoping Füllkrug is some type of smokescreen for Duran. That's what I'm
I
really hoping.
I don't think so. I think I'll be very stunned if the Duran deal gets done. I said it the other day on the space. I made it quite clear. I said if the Duran deal, I said West Ham won't match what Villa want, and you've got a problem there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I used the analogy of buying a house. Like if my house is worth 500,000 and someone wants to pay 200 grand for it, I'm not going to accept it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't. I'll be stunned if the Duran deal gets done. I'll be absolutely stunned. But the Somerville one is a good signing. It
Yeah,
is a good signing. That's a statement of intent. That's a young player that is only going to get better. It's a player that we need in that position. Yeah,
yeah,
he's a player that if he could go on to be a bigger player, and he's got potential sell-on value, because you have to look at it that if you're buying a player in, you are trying to build him up for like the higher mark. Um,
yeah,
but I just think it's a really, really good signing, mate.
yeah. No, I do too. I can't think of someone in the championship that I would rather sign than him.
Mm.
Think he's that
Yeah.
good. He's young. I think if you put him on the left and then you get the Wan-Bissaka signing in, and you got him at right back, I think we are an excellent box to box mid in our Conte mold,
Yeah.
from truly challenging for fifth or sixth place.
Listen,
You
I
know,
think top 10. I think at the minute, I'm not going to go top six. I'm going to go, our West Ham top 10 potential? Absolutely. Like, I look at a lot of stuff in regards of betting and stuff. And for
yeah,
me, 11 to 10, which is just over even money for West Ham to finish in the top 10, is, I think, bang on value at the minute. I'm going to have a look in a minute and see what the value is after this. Now, if West Ham go out and get Wan-Bissaka, Somerville, and Füllkrug, then that will automatically change in an instant,
yeah,
because no one will believe that. But
yeah,
for me, I've said what I've had to say on it.
yeah.
Like,
Can I ask you a question?
Go.
What do you think of the I think it's today or yesterday, the rumor that we've gone in and made one more offer to Todibo, like an
Mm,
improved wages packet or something like that? Do you think that's really serious, or does that give us a chance of selling Aguerd? Does that mean that that's further along and we just don't know?
maybe, maybe.
I
I,
just
I
thought that
don't
was
know.
random.
I don't know on this one. But one thing I will say, I do think West Ham do need a centre half to go with Kilman. Right. I look at the three other centre halves. Right. And I sound like a broken record sometimes, but Zuma's not fit enough to handle it. Um, Aguerd is a problem. Right. I think could he work under Lopetegui? Maybe, but is he the only one that's really got the sell-on value? He's the only one who's got sell-on value at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Out of all of them, he's
Yeah,
the only one. And then you got
yeah,
Mavropanos. Now, Matt, I agree with what some of the lads say on the spaces. I really do. They they say he's the best third choice. So you got Kilman, one other, and then you take one out, and you bring Mav in. That's what he is, right? And I agree with him on that. I think when I look at my best West Ham 11 with top players, I don't look at Mavropanos being our first team starter for 38 games in the season. Do you know what I'm saying? So
no,
I'm a bit I'm a bit on the fence with that one, yeah. But one thing I will say, West Ham do pull out a signing out of nowhere in every window. Every window that happens, there's always a signing that, especially over the last couple of years, like happened with Paqueta, it happened with Kudus last year. There's always a signing that no one really sees coming, and it ends up coming out of nowhere. So maybe I will say that. Anything else you want to add, Costa? Before I let you go.
not really. And a contractor just showed up, so I probably have to go anyway. Do a little bit of work in the yard. But I just
Eh,
wanted to pop in and say good news, and I'm feeling better than I was a few hours ago. I really hope we get this one in.
well, if
Let's
that
not muck it
contract
up.
if that contractor's there, tell him that Summerville's coming to West Ham, mate.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even know the first thing about football. But I'll see you later.
See you later, man.
Well done.
Take it in. Peace. That has been Costa all the way from the US of A. Contractors in, you know what I mean? And we're getting a contract sorted for Somerville. Put your final comments in before I wrap this up. We didn't want to pay 30 million for Guilherme because he was 18 from Brazil. Duran is a bad egg, clearly. Thinks he's better than Villa. We don't need to pay 40 million for a bad attitude. I agree. I agree. But nothing would surprise me that like with this club. Nothing does ever surprise me. And it's always a jack or nine with West Ham. I will say that. Supporting West Ham isn't for the weak. Alex, you're so right, mate. So very true. Um, Duran does have an attitude, as did Di Canio, Tevez, and Pyatt. So let's get him. I don't know, mate. I don't know on this one. Like, I just think Villa want too much, and I think Villa. I think there's two ways of looking at it with the Duran thing. Before I wrap this up, the first way is that West Ham have gone to a figure that they believe is acceptable to their budget. Yeah, and don't forget West Ham have a budget. Yeah, apparently they have a limited budget in certain areas, and I think Villa have gone too far the other way. If that makes sense, I think they've gone too far in regards of wanting too much for a player, and basically that's why it's a stalemate. It's a complete stalemate. No one can do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? The only way that changes is if, i.e., we get rid of a few players and then Duran comes in. Like, but I can't. I think Duran's done. If I'm being honest, I'll be mega shocked. Mega. Probably be. It'll probably be the most shocked signing that I've ever seen West Ham do. If I'm being honest, because I just don't see that one happening now. I just don't see it. 40 million will get you Ivan Tony plus would take us to the top five, top six every season. Duran didn't put us in a position. Tony's 15, 20 goals. Duran has got like 3 goals. Yeah. Let's get to that. When we buy from English teams, there's always West Ham tax, price of having to deal with Sullivan. Yeah, I understand that, mate. Right, I'm wrapping that up there. I've done 35 minutes. My final thought is this: never doubt me, because I always come back stronger, and I always will gloat about it and all. Because when I'm right, I do love it when I'm right. Um, the other day, as I said, I spoke to a lot of traders, a lot of people in the betting community, and they literally said to me that bets are on for Somerville to go to West Ham. There's a lot of stuff happening on the market, and people are starting to sort of put on bets of reasonable size, but not nothing too heavy. And today, advanced talks, it's something's finally happening. Do you know what I mean? And we need it. Before I go, I'm going to say this: we need it as a fan base. That's one thing I will say. I think when you've been waiting 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks now since the Max Kilman deal, we need some fucking signings. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. And signings are good, and they are good for morale. I will say that. West Ham isn't for the weak, and yeah, we will see what happens in the coming days. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, and to all my haters out there and all the people that didn't believe me, what are you saying now? You say nothing. Abosh.